Attention Cloud9 shoppers, this is the Superstory Podcast, a Superstore fan podcast with Matthew Haas and Michael E. Cullen II.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the latest episode of the Superstory Podcast. My name is Michael E. Cullen II, and with me, as always, is my co-host,
Matthew Haas.
Haas.
Yes, hostility or hospitality.
Ooh, hospitality.
I got those two moods really.
Yes.
And go really.
You can be both at the same time, even.
Yeah, it's a sort of passive aggressive hospitality.
Yes.
Like, can I get you anything else?
It's like, here's your frickin' towel.
Exactly.
Anyways.
Yes.
Yeah, you want a mint on your fucking pillow? Like, here you go.
Yes.
Yeah. Would you like me to tell you where the best local restaurants are?
I mean, I think that's passive aggressive, regular aggression at this point. But for sure.
You should do it. You should start an Airbnb now or something. No, anyways.
Yeah, the passive aggressive Airbnb. I heard, I asked, if you could turn down the TV last night, but whatever,
It's like those restaurants where they have the waitresses that like berate you when you come in, like they make fun of you and stuff.
I never.
Oh yeah, they're like a thing in like some bigger cities and stuff. They're actually like a thing where you basically go in there and the I guess the theme of the restaurant is the fact that the waitresses are rude.
Why would you want that?
I don't know. I guess people enjoy it and they'll be like, yeah, like here's your eggs, stuff like that.
That's perfect though if you're like a grumpy person.
Yeah,
you just don't have to be nice. You can just be yourself.
Yeah. Then you come home and you're really nice to your husband or wife.
Yeah,
you're just like,
it's like what?
Attention Cloud9 Associates, it is now time for orientation.
So anyways, folks, today we are covering episode 9 of season 1, which is called All Nighter. Mm-hmm. It's directed by Christine Gurnan and written by Eric Ledgin, Ledgin, not like John Legend, but Legend, not Legend,
and not like legendary.
Yes,
that Barney used to say all the time.
Yes, on
Himium.
If you don't know what that means, we're not telling you. Anyways, so what is this episode about here, Matthew? Do you want to tell me, or do you want me to?
I'll give a little bit of an overview. Yeah, they just starts out with this guy's taking too long to buy something, and Mateo basically kicks him out by mopping the floor where he's standing, and he just leaves. And then
as the store's closing,
yeah, then Glenn starts clapping, and he's like, "Oh, by the way, you're here to work some more. I just found out right now. I'm so sorry." So they have to basically work overtime without getting paid. It was a weird. You said that that's not even legal. They can't even.
Well, they can't make you stay.
Right. Okay.
I mean, they can't. I mean, I know in most places at least you can't. They can't, like, if you're scheduled till 10 or something, they can't make you stay past 10. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or whatever. So
yeah. So they did. So they had to like put up some new signs that look just like the old signs, and
there's a minimal difference.
Yeah, very minimal. Yeah, and then the lights dim, and then Glenn says, "Oh, that's right, I forgot. They this is like all on like a time or whatever. The lights dim and they lock the doors, so no one can leave."
They're stuck in the store all night with no lights.
Yeah, very dim. Yeah, it was like
like
maybe
security lights or something. Yeah.
So of course Jonah is like the optimist of the group, so he's trying to create a party so everyone can have fun having to be stuck at the store or whatever. Yeah. That's like the main
main crux of the episode, and then insanity ensues after that. There's some developments in this episode. We learn a few things. First off, we learn that Mateo has eaten human flesh. That's the big big takeaway for me from this episode for some odd reason, when they're doing have you ever sort of drinking game, and they Mateo reveals that he's eaten human flesh.
Yeah, I think I think throughout the whole series they kind of depict like Mateo as like with kind of slight like sociopathic tendencies, but
Yeah.
this episode like really reveals. And then it's funny though, they never mention it after this episode.
No.
I think so. It's like he learns that he didn't save his drowning brother.
Yeah, we
and he's
learned that in
eating
the same
human flesh.
episode. Yeah.
So we don't know if he did it on purpose, if he didn't try to save him, if he just let him drown, or what. Who knows?
Yeah, it's
But,
yeah.
it's a weird.
I mean, it's kind of one of those things that I've actually encountered that in my life at work or other places where somebody says something and then you're just like, I'm never going to talk about that again.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to bring that up.
It's-
I don't really care about that part of their life. I got to work with this person.
Right. And just how he responded though, because Jonah's like, "Oh, no, you're supposed to drink if you have done it." He's like, "Oh, I understood." It's like, whoa, like that's kind of a creepy, nonchalant.
It's going all
response.
Jeffrey Dahmer on us.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Who knows? Maybe it was like survival or something like that.
It could have been. Maybe while he was on the boat on the way here.
or
who
something.
Knows?
Who knows what?
Oh yeah, and the other big revelation of the episode I want to get to before we get into the other topics here is the fact that Dina tries to get with Jonah after she finds out that that supervisors can date their subordinates. It's just not encouraged. It's just not, but it's not discouraged either. So
Right, it used to be forbidden, and
Yeah.
they kind of softened the law. Oh, also too about Glenn's past, how his dad owned a.
oh yeah, we
hardware-
find that we find out that he owned a Sturgis and Sons hardware store, and then it was I don't know run out of business by Cloud9.
in a month.
Yeah.
59 years stapled to community.
Mhm.
In a month, they were run out of business, and that's why Glenn like tries to force himself to love Cloud9, because like you'll find out that the second he allows like any bad feelings to come up, they all
They all
come out.
manifest,
So
like,
he has
completely.
to like pretend that he's constantly happy, because we find out that Glenn is not necessarily a happy person. That part of it is a thing that he's trying to not allow like his real bad feelings to come out.
Yeah,
because-
he's hiding them
yeah.
big time, and once he gets drunk, you really find
yeah.
out what
Yeah.
he feels. Yeah, he gets so drunk that he lets us know that he doesn't like the backsplash in the employee bathroom.
Yeah, B minus.
Yeah,
at best.
At best.
Hey folks, this is Michael E. Cullen II from the podcast that you're listening to right now, along with
Matthew Haas.
we just wanted to tell you about our great podcast
Super.
called Super. It's called All Too Real. And on that show, what do we do, Matt?
We watch biopics, and then we talk about whether or not the movie matched up with the real story or not.
So
It was a lot more exciting than that, though.
Yeah, so we analyze the real story and the real story.
Get it?
Get it?
Real.
Yeah, they're spelled differently,
Yeah.
folks. You can guess which one I said which way.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, so sometimes we have guests, sometimes we don't. But we talk about great movies like Shattered Glass and
Yes.
The Social Network and Futile and Stupid Gesture, among others. Those are some of the ones that we've covered so far, and we're going to cover a lot more. So please subscribe on Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you find your great, fun podcasts. And be sure to share it with your friends.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
And make sure you're not afraid to get all too real. Bye-bye.
Attention Cloud9 Associates, our employee of the week is...
Okay, so who do you think was the employee of the week, the best character in this episode here, Matt?
Hands down, Amy.
Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
And why is that?
She was the star of it. She was extra snippy with Jonah. I mean, she's always kind of, razzes him about, being like a college boy or whatever. But
Yeah.
she's really kind of with more of an edge to it this time,
Mm-hmm.
like kind of more serious, not just, being fun, because he's kind of really laying it on thick. Like, oh, I should have, was it the thing I regret, not choosing one country to immerse himself in the culture and do
Yeah.
a sightseeing tour. Like he comes from such a privileged
Hey,
background.
he,
that
he went on
doesn't-
he went on a education cruise instead of going to
like he comes from such a economic privileged background.
Yeah.
He doesn't really understand that he comes off as being either braggadocious or just being kind of insensitive to other people that don't have a chance to do those
it's
things.
like yeah, I'm eating ramen here and you're freaking, eating filet mignon, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And, but just, when she got drunk, she started revealing more about herself, and she still kind of represses a lot like Glenn does, because she doesn't want to, start feeling too bad about it and kind of just let it all out. But she kind of, intimated. Is that how you say that word? Intimated? Yeah, whatever. She started revealing that she did kind of have some regrets, like getting pregnant that early. I mean, not to the point where she is resentful towards her daughter or
towards
anything
Emma or anything,
but just that she didn't. She's going to college, as like a 34-year-old, and she's got work like 12 hours a day and study, and then also look after Emma, and also Adam's not very reliable as far as like
anything
work is concerned. Like,
I don't know.
He's good with Emma. We find out later on, like they have fun together. But like as far as like
he doesn't
bringing money for the family,
he never has a job.
He's always like doing some like YouTube channel shit. Kind of like we have a podcast here. No,
yes.
But then again, what we're doing, I think, is a little bit more exciting than live action grill videos.
Yes,
that are completely live streamed. Like there's no editing.
Yes.
Anyway.
We're gonna wait 2 hours for the.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I guess my pick for employee of the week this week would actually be Glenn. Mark McKinney was amazing in this episode. I think it's really showed his range as an actor, as a comedic actor. I mean, I've always loved him since Kids in the Hall, so he's just, I don't know. He's one of the reasons I started watching this show to begin with, because I was a fan of his. So that's probably the main reason I started watching the show, besides the whole Superstore aspect of it. But it was great when he was going off about Sturgis and Sons and Cloud9 and all that stuff, and taking all the alcohol and marking it with markers and saying
we can't sell it. It's damaged.
Yeah, it's damaged. So.
Listen up, mother fathers.
Yeah, he's like, listen up, mother fathers. Yeah, that was great. Anyways, and then he goes off on the phone, and then he regrets it, and Garrett hears the whole thing, and then he's like, oh crap, yeah. But I think there's a lot of foreshadowing in this episode for future episodes, which we won't get into until those episodes, but there's a lot of hints here that we can talk about once those happen in the future episodes. But things about Glenn especially that I think are in lines of his that I think are very interesting that we'll find out about in an episode or two. But I don't know, that's it. I think he was my favorite.
Attention Cloud9 shoppers, today's special is...
Okay, Matt, what was your favorite scene in the episode?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I kind of like it when they were all sitting in the circle.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's when Glenn revealed that he was, that his dad had a store, Sturgis and Sons, and Mateo revealed that he ate human flesh. And I don't know, just that and I guess the Cheyenne ballet dance.
Yeah, I was gonna
True Colors, and all of a sudden it changed to what's that guy's name?
Baby Got Back, but it was actually the Anaconda song by.
Oh, sorry, it wasn't. Yeah, never mind.
It was Baby Got Back. It was sampled in that song, but is it Nicki Minaj Anaconda or something?
Oh,
okay. I think.
yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, interesting choices of music in this episode too.
Yeah.
Overall, like at the beginning, there was a hard rock song that Garrett played. And I found out, I looked it up to see what it was.
I just think I know what it is.
It was actually a song that Garrett played off his phone over the loudspeaker to drive the last customer out of the store was Roots, Bloody Roots by Sepultura.
Yeah, that's why.
Sepultura, yeah.
Sepultura.
Sepultura, I can't talk.
Yeah, no, it's a Brazilian band.
Yeah.
Which later became Soulfly. Well, not really. The leader formed Soulfly.
Oh, okay.
But it's the same. They're like a Brazilian
metal band. Metal band, okay.
And because at first I thought it was Drowning Pool, but then I'm like, later on when it was like da 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 da, I'm like, no, that's
yeah. You would know because I don't even listen to that type of music really. So yeah. I guess my favorite scene in the whole episode would I guess I'm just gonna go back to the Glenn thing where Glenn just goes crazy. I just love that when he rips his shirt off and everything. It's just I don't know. Mark McKinney really shined in this episode for me. Shone. What is it?
Shine? Well, yeah.
I don't know.
He's shown. Is that a word, shown?
I don't know. I was just trying to figure out what the proper grammar would be there. Who knows? Anyways, let us know if you get this. Email me at mike@cullenpark.com.
Hi, everybody. This is Michael E. Cullen II from the podcast you're listening to right now. With me, as always, is
Matthew Hassa.
Yeah, and we're here to tell you about our really cool other podcast called All Too Real 2. And what do we do on that show, Matt?
We watched the greatest direct-to-video sequels of all time, and then we report on them.
And we also talk about other pop culture cool things like video games and conspiracy theories and other awesome things. So if any of that sounds fun to you and you enjoy hearing my voice and Matt's voice,
As you should.
I mean, of course. Tune in anywhere you get podcasts to All Too Real 2. Bye-bye.
Attention Cloud 9 Associates, it's time to grab your go-backs.
Was there any scene that you thought could have been done better in this episode? Or anything at all?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't either. I mean, this is actually one of my favorite episodes. I think there's a lot of logic mishaps in this from just working in retail and myself, knowing that those type of doors in a retail store, you can open them up even if they are locked. If you're on the inside, they're made to open up for security reasons, so there's no reason whatsoever they would have been locked in the store all night. That's just that's the main one.
A little bit
me.
of nitpicking,
yeah.
Just a little.
It's a little nitpicky, but I don't think there's any reason they would have been locked in the store. I mean,
right.
I guess we're just supposed to suspend that disbelief. I mean, there's a lot of times in this show that you have to, like
with Bo. I mean,
Bo, and then there's also like in the pilot episode when Jonah was able to put those little glowing stars all over the ceiling and nobody noticed him doing it. It
only took him like what, an hour or two?
No, that would have taken about a week and a half.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that's probably about all I would say. So let's move on to our next section already, because we're rolling through this, man.
Speeding through. Yeah,
yes, and the next section is closeout. It's the any final thoughts here? I've got a couple things I want to share of trivia about the episode. First off, the name tag that Amy wears in this episode is Alana, because in every episode she wears a name tag that has a different name on it. Just, the running gag of that. This is also the first episode to have the running gag of something happening to Glenn's car. This time it was stolen. So in future episodes, we'll see other things happen to Glenn's car. He can never keep a car.
This time, though, he kind of asked for it. I mean, he basically
gave
let
the
a
guy
into his car.
Yeah, and gave him his keys and told him, basically take my car. Yeah. Anyways,
so trusting.
Yes. So, and anything else you want to share here, Matt, or anything about the episode or anything in general?
I just think that it's a good. Like, if you haven't ever seen the show, I mean, I guess I would recommend that you watch the pilot first.
Yeah, I think watching it from the beginning is good.
But I just think that this is, like, a good... Like, if you were making, like, a compilation, like, DVD or whatever of, like, the best episodes, I think this would be one of them.
No, this would for sure be in the top 10.
It's like some of them I like no matter what, just because I love the show. There's some episodes that I think, like, that was...
It's kind of a filler episode.
But this one was just, kind of like the guns, pills, and what was it? What was that episode called? Guns, pills, and
I don't know. That's in the second season. Yeah,
I'm just saying, like, that's like another one where it's like
perfect. It's a great episode.
Like, I don't have any problems.
Yeah,
with, like,
and then like the latest season, or as we record this, there was the Halloween episode.
Yes,
it's probably the best episode ever.
Step 1: dramatic introduction. I am Magus Elgar.
Magus that Lore Elgar is one of the more respected casters in all of Hearth.
The dragon bone plate in my skull probably needs its focus enchantment aligned.
Though don't expect to go under his tutelage unscathed.
Well, you know what they say. Pretension can turn intention into the best retention.
Nobody says that.
No, not really.
You can hear Magus Elgar and his exciting adventures. Visit MagusElgar.com to download your copy today.
Attention Cloud9 shoppers, the store will be closing soon.
Anything you need to promote or anything like that?
Yeah, actually, I got another email from Tony Generous, which is
oh wow,
Tom Petty's step cousin twice removed, and or 3 times removed, I don't remember. And he told me that he's doing okay.
Is he doing good? Okay,
he's doing all right. He's trying to record more. I'm trying to see if he sent me any of his recordings, but I'm not sure if I have any right now of just him playing guitar.
Oh, okay.
Because he's writing new songs for his new album, called "Don't Back Down from This Cross." And
is he still sticking to the whole Tom Petty parody sort of?
The Tom
song?
Petty Christian parodies. Yeah, he's still doing that.
Okay.
The concert in Cary, Ohio, did not happen. He said it was, but just didn't.
Did you wait for him?
Yeah, it never materialized. There wasn't much promotion.
How long did you wait?
I waited for like a week. I mean, I pretty much just stayed in Cary, Ohio, and didn't really do anything. I hung out with the people that work at like Vaughn Enterprises, which is like a business nearby.
Yeah,
I used to make deliveries there.
Uh-huh.
So I talked to them for a little bit, and they were like, "Well, we can't just let you hang out at our office. You don't really, work here or anything. But it's nice to see you, I guess. But you gotta have to leave." So I'm like, okay. So then I walked to like a gas station, hung out there for a while. Nothing.
Did they make you leave too?
Yeah, when they closed. I mean, I wasn't allowed to stay, but
yeah.
So then I just kind of wandered around. Just it's the summer, so
slept in your car.
Well, yeah, it was summer, so the heat wasn't. I mean, the temperature wasn't an issue. It wasn't freezing or anything like that. Every time I needed something to eat, I could just go to like McDonald's or another gas station and buy some milk or whatever snack.
Mm-hmm.
He never came though.
That's not very generous.
Well, he said it was because there wasn't really much of he had a management issue. He wasn't really promoting the concert very well. It was pretty much me that was doing most of the promoting, and I'm not even his manager. His real manager never.
So how did you know about it?
Well, because he told me.
Oh, okay.
He told me that he was going to have and he kept pushing it back like a month, 2 months, and then he was saying, "Oh, it's finally going to be done." Like I think was it like October or September? It didn't never happen, and he just pretty much gave up on the idea because it'd be like 2 people at most going to the show, and there was no venue. So, we were thinking like, oh, we're gonna do it at the Shrine. It's kind of offensive, though. I mean,
yeah,
you
it
can't
is.
just go to a shrine.
Yeah, you can't go to like the Basilica
and just start playing.
Like,
Even if you are playing Christian Tom Petty covers, without a permit or some kind of permission. I mean, they got people living there, and so
yeah, it's kind of
they got funerals and stuff like that. Although maybe some of them. You would like Tom Petty music playing at their funerals, but you usually got to ask these things beforehand. You can't just show up and play. But
I mean, because you never know. I mean, somebody could have died in like a skydiving accident, and you're out there playing Free Falling, and that's probably not really
exactly. I mean,
good.
It's kind of a. I'm just trying to find the. I don't know where the
songs that he sent you are.
I forgot how to even find files for voice recorder.
Oh,
I'm like I forgot how my phone works.
Oh,
I literally I'm starting to forget. Like,
well, maybe we can play it in the next episode.
Maybe I'll try to find if he wrote a song that he can promote for his new album.
So that'll give something for people to stay tuned to the next episode for. You can hear some Tony Generous music.
Yeah,
and but besides that, I don't know. Anything else you need to promote here, Matt?
No, that's it.
Okay, me too. Basically, follow us on social media and all that good stuff. You can find more information at cullenpark.com. And I've been Mike.
And I've been Matt.
The store is now closed.
Bye.
Bye.
This is the Super Story Podcast, a Superstore fan podcast.
A Cullen Park production. Produced and edited by Michael E. Cullen II. Music by Matthew Hawes. Subscribe and share the show. Visit us at cullenpark.com.